the new hosts of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are treading on water as they try to keep their studio bosses happy, the U.S. Sun has been told. Former Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings, 50, filled the shoes of his late hero Alex Trebek when he became sole host of the beloved quiz show in December. Meanwhile, longtime American Idol presenter Ryan Seacrest, 49, is currently shooting his first season as the replacement for Wheel of Fortune legend Pat Sajak. And a Sony TV insider has revealed that the new frontmen have changed how both shows are produced behind the scenes. When Pat Sajak was hosting Wheel and Alex Trebek was hosting Jeopardy, Sony TV gave these shows the white glove treatment, the source said. Frankly, the executives in charge were totally afraid of both of those guys because they were both great at their jobs, beloved by audiences, and had steered the properties to success for decades. But now both shows are hosted by guys who were picked by the current executive leadership at Sony, and there's a boss-employee dynamic in place that didn't exist during Pat and Alex's long tenure. It's very clear who is in charge now, and that's Sony, not Ken and Ryan. Both of them are behaving like they want to please the bosses, and they are afraid of the consequences if they don't, the insider added. Ken was named co-host of Jeopardy with mayim bialik in July 2022 after the show struggled to find a replacement for Alex following his death from pancreatic cancer in November 2020. The quiz show had featured a series of guest hosts before it was announced that producer Mike Richards and actress Mayim would take over as co-hosts. Ken stepped in to split hosting duties with Mayim after Richards was forced to resign in August 2021 when sexist comments he had made online resurfaced. Ryan began filming last month for the upcoming season of Wheel of Fortune. It will be the first since Pat, 77, retired in June following a record-breaking 42-year run on the show. It's probably going to take both of these guys years to build up the gravitas that Pat and Alex enjoyed, the source explained. Right now they're just treading water, looking over their shoulders and trying to do the job in a way that won't cause even the tiniest downtick in the ratings. I really don't think that's a great way to run a game show, where the host should be calm and cool, but it's Sony's fault for creating this atmosphere and ultimately, they will reap what they sow. The U.S. Sun had previously been told that Ryan's arrival on Wheel of Fortune was set to put Ken under increased pressure. The Sony TV insider said it could get ugly for Ken if Jeopardy starts to dip in the ratings compared to Wheel. The U.S. Sun was also told earlier this week that hype beast Ryan is leaving behind Pat's laid-back style as he settles into his new role. The Ryan Seacrest era of Wheel of Fortune is due to start in mid-September. The television landscape is in the midst of a seismic shift, with two of America's most cherished game shows, Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, at the heart of this transformation. As the torch is passed to Ken Jennings and Ryan Seacrest, respectively, the question on everyone's mind is, can these new hosts live up to the legacies of their predecessors, and what does this change signify in the broader context of television? The end of an era. For decades, Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak, alongside Vanna White, were synonymous with the two iconic shows. Trebek, with his authoritative presence and deep knowledge, became a beloved figure, guiding contestants and viewers alike through the intricacies of trivia on Jeopardy. Pat Sajak and Vanna White, on the other hand. However, with Trebek's passing in 2020 and Sajak's recent retirement announcement, it became clear that a new chapter was about to be written. The decision to bring in Ken Jennings and Ryan Seacrest signals a deliberate shift, one that not only pays homage to the past but also seeks to redefine the future. Ken Jennings, the Jeopardy scholar, becomes the master. Ken Jennings' ascent to the role of Jeopardy host is a narrative straight out of the show itself. Jennings, a former contestant, holds the record for the longest winning streak on Jeopardy, a feat that earned him a permanent place in the hearts of fans. His deep connection to the game, combined with his intellectual prowess, makes him a natural successor to Trebek. But this transition is more than just about familiarity, it's about preserving the integrity of the show. Jennings understands Jeopardy on a level few can match. His insider knowledge as a former contestant and his experience co-hosting with Mayim Bialik during the interim period provide him with a unique perspective. As the new face of Jeopardy, Jennings is tasked with not only maintaining the show's high standards but also with bringing his own flavor to the table. Under Jennings' stewardship, Jeopardy is expected to remain the cerebral, fast-paced quiz show it has always been. Yet, there's an anticipation that Jennings will also inject a bit more of his dry wit and charm into the proceedings, offering a slightly warmer, more relatable tone than Trebek's often formal approach. It's a fine line to walk, honoring a legend while carving out your own space, but if anyone can do it, it's Jennings. Ryan Seacrest, a new spin on Wheel of Fortune. Ryan Seacrest's appointment as the host of Wheel of Fortune represents a different kind of shift, one that leans into the evolving nature of celebrity and entertainment. Known for his work on American Idol and as a media mogul in his own right, Seacrest brings a different kind of star power to the role. While Sajak was the steady, unflappable host, Seacrest is known for his versatility, charisma, and ability to connect with audiences across various platforms. Seacrest's selection signifies a move toward a more modern, media-savvy approach to the show. His experience in live television, coupled with his ease in front of the camera, positions him to take Wheel of Fortune into a new era where the line between television and social media continues to blur. Seacrest's involvement may also attract a younger demographic, appealing to a generation that grew up watching him on American Idol and listening to his radio shows. However, Seacrest's challenge will be in balancing this modernity with the show's long-established traditions. Wheel of Fortune is, at its core, a simple game: spin the wheel, solve the puzzle. The appeal lies in its straightforwardness, and while Seacrest may bring new ideas to the table, he will need to ensure that the essence of the game remains intact. A shift in power dynamics. The appointments of Jennings and Seacrest not only reflect a shift in hosting but also a broader change in the power dynamics of television. For years, game shows were driven by the personality of their hosts. Trebek, Sajak, and White were more than just presenters, they were institutions. But as the media landscape evolves, the power is beginning to shift from the hosts to the brands themselves. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune are no longer just game shows, they are cultural touchstones with legions of loyal fans. The decision to bring in Jennings and Seacrest suggests that the show's